Welcome to Motorcycle Live, Birmingham NEC. Behind us is Ducati. We're going to take a quick tour of their stand because it's a big year for Ducati. We've got the new V2 Panigale V2 Multistrada. The big Multistrada V4 has seen some big revisions, and obviously the Panigale that we've already tested. So let's jump on board and check out the new details. So behind us is the new Panagale V2. Really big change for Ducati, because what they've done is essentially lost a colossal amount of weight compared to the previous bike, which I believe is around 17 kilograms. Power is obviously a little bit down, but so is weight. So it's going to be a really interesting test when we get on hold of this bike early in 2025. It's also going in a really kind of mid-competitive category as well, because there's going to be a new KTM in this class, there's going to be a new Yamaha R9 in this class. And here in the UK, this will be raced in the British Supersport Championship against traditional inline 4-cylinders and the 3-cylinder Triumph. It's going to be interesting to see how it performs on track, being considerably lighter, and how it performs on the road with less power and less weight. So obviously, because we've got a new Panigale V2, we need a new Street Fighter V2. Uses the same engine, same power, same torque, but the big thing with the Street Fighter is it's going to be 18 kilograms less than the previous Street Fighter. So yes, we're going to have less power, but we're going to have considerably less weight. Again, we'll be riding this bike in January, February of 2025 is when it's to be expected. It's more than likely going to be a road launch, not a track launch, and it'd be interesting to see how that feels on the road to have less power and less weight compared to the previous bike. This is the new Multistrada V4S, new for 2025. Fortunately, we've already had the opportunity to test ride this bike in Italy, where we got to ride it both on-road and off-road. Major revisions are to the electrics and to comfort. We've got the cut-off for the back 2 cylinders. So essentially, if you're below 4,000 RPM, it cuts the back 2 cylinders, which improves MPG and reduces heat to the back 2 cylinders. All the luggage and the top box have been moved further back. We've got options for different seats, heated seats, options for different heated grips. It's a big transformation in terms of comfort. In terms of suspension, it's the Skyhook system on the S, manual suspension on the standard. The Skyhook system is kind of like, they've made the comfort more comfortable. So in sports mode and comfort mode and road mode, the modes are very different now. So it's much more of a plusher, much more of a comfier ride when you want to take it easy. But when you want to ride sporty, it's still got that V4 power and it can still perform with over 170 horsepower. Also, interestingly, new for 2025 is the combined braking, whereby if you apply the front, it applies the back, and the back applies the front. But this depends on which mode you're in and which ABS you've selected. But if you want to see a full review of this bike, follow our social media channels, check out our YouTube channel, because there's a full review of this bike that we rode in Italy. We couldn't really visit the Ducati stand without having a look at the new V4S, which luckily I rode in Vallelunga last year. If you want to know more details about this bike, check out our YouTube channels for a full review of the V4S. But a very quick overview is Ducati have thrown the electronics package at the V4 Panigale, especially the S with the all-in semi-active suspension. They've got a new clever DVO electronics package. With the DVO electronics, it's like having a second brain, and it turns you into a MotoGP rider rather than a normal rider. One of the big talking points and the controversial points was a double-sided swinging arm. But Ducati really had to put a double-sided swinging arm because the tyres are developing so much grip and the engine is producing so much power. A phenomenal bike to ride. It turns you into a MotoGP rider, and the electronics are unbelievable. So here at 1000 PS, we've already done a test on this bike in Vallelunga that was a tough job that somebody had to do. But we know there's a BMW M1000 coming. It's just around the corner, and that will be the ultimate test. How will it go against the BMW, and how will it go against the established Japanese competition? And if we're very lucky, we'll get Aprilia to bring out their new RSV, and that will be the ultimate test at 1000 PS. So that's it from Ducati UK. The bike I'm really looking forward to, that's going to be the Panagale V2. It's a lot lighter than it ever was. It's got the right amount of power, and I think it's going to be really good fun, both on-road and on track. We've already tested the Panagale V4S, so follow our YouTube channels if you want to see a test on that, and likewise with the new Multistrada V4S. If you've got any more technical questions, you want to know anything more in depth, fire the questions below, click subscribe, click like, and we'll see you on the next one.